Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto God what is God's. What does that mean? I mean, you give your whole life, you work 20, 30 years, exchanging time for money for a corporation. Is your life Caesar's? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So
I would tell this something, the other day we were speaking, and I walked from the room I rent in this house that I'm staying in Augusta.
Yeah.
I walked from that house all the way to the store, and it's about 3 miles. And I walked there. And, on the way there, when I leave the house, I make a right, then I go up to the stop sign, then I make a left. When I make that left, now that street right there, that seemed like just that street alone was 3 miles within itself. And I walked all the way down and got to the store. And on my way back, man, the father dropped just like you just spoke. The father just spoke to me and said, it's not just scripture, it's everywhere, man.
Right.
The Father can drop knowledge on you anywhere, anyhow, no matter the state that you're in, no matter the place you're in.
That's what I'm saying.
As I was walking back, that street just seems so long. Like I told you, from my house, from this house that I'm renting to the store is like 3 miles. But that street seemed like it was 3 miles by itself. But when I got on it, I got back to that stop sign to make that right to go down that shorter street to the house that I'm renting so fast. It was funny. And what the Father gave me was, when I first made that route of walking it, I didn't know how long the street was. But after I walked it and turned around and came back, it was shorter. So what the Father gave me is just like fear. Fear is the unknowing. I mean, when you don't know what crypto, what Bitcoin, what all of it, when you don't know it, fear arouses.
That's it.
But once you know it, it's just like learn to play kickball.
That's right.
And to run those bases, man, it becomes fun and easy.
That's right.
And when your mind grasps it and grasps a hold of it, and that's why we must, the Father said, keep your eyes on me, and I keep you in perfect peace. Meaning all the fears, these wolves that's running around here, they won't even faze you, because even though you don't know it, you got your eyes on me because you know I know it.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to take you through it.
Absolutely. Case closed. And you don't have to wonder. That's why he said, fear the Lord. He said, fear the Lord. He said, don't fear the one that can kill the body. You got to understand, do you know how many people never start their own business just out of fear, bro? Do you know that the graveyard holds so many dreams, man, unfulfilled? Jim Rohn always say, man, he said, you're going to either lift the pounds of self-discipline or the tons of regret.
That makes a lot of sense.
He said, if you think you're going, you not taking a chance, or you not taking a risk. He said, you think that it'll cost you to have to take a risk. He said, wait till they give you the bill for not taking one.
Speaking this. Speaking
this. And I'm speaking this because this is something that I'm hearing. Because guess what? I'm a consummate student, and I'm always studying. And I have the sense enough to know that the truth is undefeated. The truth is a spirit, man. The closer you get to obeying the spirit of the truth, and see, that's what takes it away from the religious. That's what separates it. That's what severs it
from this religious, this man-made interpretation. You understand what man has given us, the way that man taught us about the Most High. Do you understand that you are supposed to be fearless of anything that's happening around you, man, in this world, man?
Mm-hmm.
But being fearless don't mean running into a bullet. Being fearless don't mean swinging on a dude that you have an argument with at the gas station.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And how do you learn? How do you get this wisdom? By studying, man.
Mm-hmm.
By listening, man. By reading. Now, I had a conversation. We talked about an hour with Dr. George Fraser. You remember I showed y'all the video of Dr. George Fraser, the one that said that you know, if he said you get a bunch of spiders together, they could tie up a lion. He said that this got, you know, we got a lot of rich, wealthy, moneyed black people, but they all individuals. And he showed that book. As a matter of fact, I want to let's see if I'm gonna share my screen.
Bring it out, babe.
And we're gonna take a look at. We're gonna take a look at.
He joined the group of saying shalom, family.
Shalom. There
Shalom.
she
Indeed. Let me see if I can get us. See if I can get us started. Let's see.
That's power there. A bunch of spiders can tie up a lion.
Yeah, man. When they get together, see see, this is why that's why we're powerless, man. Because we don't function as a nation. You know, they just had the boycott one day boycott. Now think about it for a second. And for the Israelites, especially for you Israelites, because you don't understand that the Sabbath is a boycott of the beast every week. It's 4 times a month and 48 times a year that you're supposed to boycott the beast. But you don't understand that. Because you don't even know when the Sabbath is. You don't even care when the Sabbath is. Because your desire is not to please God. Your desire is to pay that phone bill and to pay that light bill and to pay that gas bill and to keep that roof over your head so that you don't suffer pain and discomfort. See that? People that's locked up, get out of jail, come out of jail, can't get a job, a regular job, forced into entrepreneurship and blow by you and use it at the same employer. Why? Because you're scared. You're scared. You're conformed to this world. That's what being conformed to this world means. It means you're afraid to move, man. You're afraid to take a risk. You're afraid to take a chance. And then you don't even understand how money works. So you don't go to work so that you can buy assets. You don't go to work so that you can buy your freedom. Why you don't do that? Because you don't read nothing. You don't have no counsel. Your counsel is not sound, right? Because your daily schedule, get what? You don't even know what you're going to do tomorrow. You know how you're going to serve the beast, but as far as you improving your life and making steps forward in your life and putting things together in your life, you don't study that. You're not concerned with that. You just want to make sure that when the time comes for a bill to be paid, that you got the money to pay it. And the way that you calculate it in your mind is, if I go to this work and I work this job and I work it, you know, and I go to work and I work this many days of the week, and I know that I'm gonna get paid at 12 a.m. in the morning. Do you understand how much that's keeping you away from your freedom? Do you know how much that's keeping you away from knowledge, wisdom, and understanding? That's why the Most High say, my people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Do you think that poverty is not destruction? I just, I just want to, I just want to bring some basic fundamental things to mind, man. But fundamental thing. It's fundamental things that we miss. Talking to Dr. Frazier, he kept saying, he said, well, you know, if we was on the Zoom, he said, you will be able to see these 15,000 books sitting behind me. Now I'm in my office, you know, I'm not at the house. I'm actually in my office. But he's sharing with me over 50 years of talking to Black people about motivation, about linking up, about partnering up, about networking, about building community, about fortifying each other, fortifying yourselves by being together, man, by being of one. He said, the scriptures say you're supposed to be in one place and in one mind, man. It's just like me and my wife, we went to Triller. It's a whole community, it's a whole town that the owner of Chick-fil-A purchased before he died. It's where they shot Black Panther at. It's a full studio and a community with the nicest multi-million-dollar houses in it. Why can they all live together? Because they're on the same mind frame. You think they sons and they daughters out here shooting each other up, gang banging, got gang signs, got, 13, 12, 13-year-old girls pregnant and in the bathroom in front of the mirror, everybody showing their belly. You think that? No. You understand. So it's time to wake up. It's time to become disciplined, man. Go to the gym, get on that treadmill, move that body. Because the next thing you know, you're gonna be looking around and the body ain't gonna be moving. Why? Because you ain't been down moving. You put anything in your body, you eat any damn thing, it don't matter. You don't fast at all. You don't have no focus on changing. But you steady run around with your lip poked out, talking about who in office. Who cares who's in office? It don't matter. It don't matter. So my point is to understand that you cannot fool the truth. I gotta go to the scripture. I gotta go to the scripture.
Come on with it. Bring an attitude with it.
I gotta go to the scripts, man. Because it's high time to wake up out of sleep, man.
Oh, praise.
You understand? It's high time to come to the realization, bruh, that we here on borrowed time. You can't take none of it with you. You understand? See, when you think about it, like when you in school, you thinking that it's no big deal. The things you learning, they're no big deal. No, it's a very big deal. How you think how they determine who gonna be locked up and who gonna be homeless? How you think they determine that? By your performance in school, by your performance under authority, by your performance under rules and regulations.
Say that again.
Do you understand that? You don't just go to work just to be going to work, just to earn. Do you understand that the money that you get from a job is the least most valuable process of going to work, man, every day? You're supposed to be taking that money, not exchanging it for liabilities. You're supposed to be taking that money to build you a business brick by brick, so that you can work on your own dreams, man. So that you don't have to. That's what you think sleep money means. Sleep money is passive residual income, man. This Bible talks about money more than it talks about faith. Do you understand what's going on? And Christ constantly, what did he constantly say over and over and over and over again? I did this or I did that so that you would believe, bro. Like, I just, hold on. Let's go. Let's see. Let's see, man. This is John chapter 11. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. This is John chapter 10. Okay. Here is Christ. This is Christ showing you he is displaying to you where his power lies. He is showing you. Let me see. Yeah. He is showing you where his power lies. He is telling you that if it were not for the Father, if it were not for his God, he would be nothing. What does that tell you? If it were not for the creator of the heavens and the earth, you would be nothing. I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand what's going on. Let's read it here. Okay, this is St. John chapter 10. And we're going to start at verse 33. The Jews answered him, saying, for a good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy, and because that thou, being a man, maketh thyself God. Now watch what Christ say, man. Pay attention to Christ's words. Pay attention to Christ's word, and then relate those words to these jack-legged clowns out here that call themselves teachers because they know 2 or 3 verses, man. I want you to pay attention to what's going on. Christ answered them. Is it not written in your law? I said, wait a minute. I wonder did everybody catch that? Did everybody catch that? Is it not written in your law? I said, ye are gods. Now imagine being a Southern Kingdom Israelite. Does everybody know where the Southern Kingdom Israelites were from and what tribes they were a part of? Does everybody understand that? Because can anybody come and tell me? Very important. Can anybody tell me?
The Southern Kingdom.
The Southern Kingdom. The Southern Kingdom is made up of 3 tribes: Benjamin,
Jacob,
Judah, and Levi.
Levi, yeah. Benjamin, Judah, and Levi.
You understand? The Levites are the priesthood, right? Benjamin and Judah. The kingship tribe is the tribe of Judah. A famous apostle from the tribe of Benjamin. You had King Saul was from the tribe of Benjamin, as well as you had Paul, whose original name was what? Saul, who was from the tribe of Benjamin as well. Your modern day Benjamites are the West Indians, Caribbean islander. Does everybody understand what's going on? We don't get to pick this. Christ answered and said, is it not written in your law? Understand something. You can't get a written law without the word of the Most High. I told, I say, last week I said quite often, the Most High is above his word. The Most High created his word. Now, understand something. You got these jacklegs, these swine eaters running around calling themselves Christian pastors. Okay. They don't teach the Bible. They teach feelings and emotions and private interpretation of what they think and what they feel that the Bible says. This is very dangerous. This is very dangerous. You know that because guess what? A doctor, you have to get a prescription in order to take these pharmaceutical drugs. They don't go to the pastor to determine if you can take the pharmaceutical drugs or not. You have to go to the doctor and they have to what? Prescribe it to you. Does everybody understand that? Okay. Prescribe, you got to understand what scribe means. It means writing. It means written. Do you understand that? They prescribe it to you based upon what is what? Written. Okay. Christ is the writing of the Most High. He is the word of the Most High. He is the prescription of the Most High, the Ancient of Days, the one that is above days, the one that is above earth, the one that is above sea. He had to create God so that you could understand him in your little pea brain. I just need you to get that. So now, with your eyes open and your ears open and with a better understanding, let's read the 33rd verse again. It says, and the Jews answered him, saying, for a good work we stone thee not, but for blasphemy, because that thou, being a man, maketh thyself God. Christ answered them, is it not written in your law, I said, ye are gods? If he called them gods, unto whom the word of God came, wait a minute, didn't I just say that Christ is the prescription of the Ancient of Days? Christ is his word. Christ was created by the Ancient of Days. The Ancient of Days is above God. The Ancient of Days has always been. There is no time before or after him. He is always and in always to everlasting and everlasting. But guess what? That is a dimension above the third dimension. Your mind can't conceive above the third dimension. Does everybody understand that? You're not on that level yet. That's why he says, my thoughts are not your thoughts and my ways are not your way. Just as the heavens are above the earth, so are my thoughts above your thoughts and my ways above your ways. That's what he talk about, man. He said, if I was thirsty, I wouldn't ask you. Why? Because you are just a fleeting moment. You are like the morning dew on the grass. That's why I can't allow you to give me a prescription. Because your prescription is invalid. You understand? You're not qualified. You don't have the right credentials to prescribe medicine to me. You understand? Why? Because I'm an Israelite. I am of the chosen seed of the Most High. The Most High made a covenant with my forefathers. Thus, you cannot write my subscription, my prescription, because you're not qualified. You don't have the credentials. You understand? Okay, 36th verse. Say ye of him whom the Father hath sanctified and sent into the world, thou blasphemest, because I said I am the Son of God. Does everybody understand what he's saying?
Mhm.
Okay. Say ye of him whom the Father hath sanctified. Understand, this is Christ is speaking about whom the Most High has set apart, whom the Most High have anointed, whom the Most High have made different than any man that he ever made. Okay? He's made him separate than any man he's ever made. But let's make sure, let's make sure that we don't lose sight of his purpose. And he's gonna show you. Okay. All right. This is Hebrews 2:16. And I'm gonna let Christ tell you. I'm gonna let Christ tell you. See, that's the best way to do it. Let Christ tell you. You see, this is Hebrews chapter 2 and verse 16. Okay, all right. So now, I'm gonna start at verse 14. For as much then as the children are partakers of the flesh and blood, he also himself likewise took part of the same, that through death he might destroy him that had the power of death, that is the devil. Now, understand that he is saying he is from a bloodline just like his brethren. For as much then as the children, meaning as the children of Israel, as the sons and daughters of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, are partakers of the flesh and blood. See, this is why Christians and Christian pastors are the silliest, most hypocritical demons on the face of the earth. Why? You're so fearful because you were taught to be in fear. You were taught to bow down to the image of the beast and to shudder and shake for any separation from the image of the beast. You understand? It says, for as much then as the children are partakers of flesh and blood, meaning when you go into that Matthew, the first chapter, and you read from the first verse down to the 17th verse, there are 42 black men's names listed. Israelite men of the tribe of Judah that have flesh and blood and seed. It is a seed line. And so you tell me that Christ is of the tribe of Judah. So you're telling me he's of the tribe of Judah, but he has no father. That's from Jacob's fourth son, Judah. You don't make any sense. Why? Because you're mentally ill. You have been demonically possessed. You have been brainwashed. You have been given over to a what? Reprobate mind. Now pay attention to what it says. 15th verse. And deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. You know what I just said? Because you're so afraid of what the ruling kingdom can do to you, you're so fearful of stepping out on your own. You're so fearful of putting it all on the Most High now You're so fearful of that you will stay on that job. And you know you should have been left. You know you should have been sowing into your own business. Sowing in and taking a chance at your own dreams. Why? I'm going to read it again. And deliver them who through fear of death were all their lifetime subject to bondage. Meaning if you don't listen to me, and if you don't follow my laws, statutes, and commandments, you will live your whole life in fear of death and bondage. You will be a slave because of your fear. You won't step out on faith because the water too deep. And oh, well, Christ, I can't step out. I can't step out this boat. I mean, this boat is comfortable. Why would we step out? What's the need to step out? No, you just had Angie Stone that just got into an accident after she bring out the wickedness and the evil of the music industry. She all of a sudden pop up, gone. Car wreck. Everybody in the car, nobody get hurt, but nobody get killed. She the only one get killed. Coincidentally enough. And understand something. Did not want to take the opportunity to step out of her comfort zone and step away from a business that she knew many years ago was covered in Satan. But guess what she thought she could do? She thought she could pray over it before she ate it. You understand me? She's gone bye-bye. And guess what? Her children or her grandchildren now have to exist without her. And please understand, if they've been stealing from her for 40 years. You think they're not going to keep stealing? You think her music is not going to fly off the shelves? You think she's not worth more dead than alive? And who you think going to get a speed ticket? Nobody. 16th verse. For verily he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham. Now, how he get the seed of Abraham from Mary? Oh, well, it says in Genesis, the 3rd chapter, the seed of the woman. Now, you know good and damn well. You know good and well that a woman don't have a seed. There is no seed line on the planet Earth that can be traced back to a woman, man. Are you dumb or something? You see, you got to understand something. With all this information out here now, you got to work at being stupid. You can't just be stupid just randomly. You got to go through extra steps to be stupid now. You got to be good and ignorant. And the scriptures say, no. When you look at the word ignorance. What's the root word of ignorance? Ignore. Ignore. One of the number one ways to reject knowledge is to ignore it and act like it don't even exist. That's what each 100% of Christians and 100% of Christian pastors, that's what they do. When they go in the Bible, they ignore God's laws, statutes, and commandments. They ignore the truth of the Bible. They ignore it and make up their own theories. They make up their own private interpretation to their own destruction. All right, 17th verse. Wherefore, in all things it behooved them to be made like unto his brethren. How you gonna be made like unto your brethren and you don't even have a father? You do know that in Greek mythology, not having a father means you're a demigod. You know, they say, I forget what it was. You know, they had the Greek mythology in school. You couldn't pray in school when I was coming up, but you could sure learn about these Greek gods. And I don't know who Zeus' son was. I don't remember all that stupidness. I know Aphrodite was his mama, and Zeus was his daddy. Neither existed. But he didn't have an earthly father. You see that? You see how easily you are manipulated? By the same people that created the movie The Ten Commandments and had white Egyptians and white Israelites, and you never do a thing about it. But you outraged that Trump in office. And you outraged that Elon Musk is controlling things, running around in a damn devil Baphomet suit in your face, doing a Nazi salute at the presidential inauguration. And you still worried about, and you still thinking about and caring about what, listen, whatever they do is what they do. The truth is undefeated. That's what I need you to understand. 17th verse. Wherefore, in all things it behooved him to be made like unto his brother, that he might be merciful, that he might be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining to God, to make reconciliation for the sins of the people. Now, you know, there's that word again. That these Christian swine eating pastors and these Christians, these so-called Christians, can't explain. Reconciliation means to bring back into covenant. How can you bring the heathens back into covenant? You cannot. You cannot reconcile girlfriend and boyfriend, jump off, one night stand. You cannot reconcile that. You can only reconcile husband and wife. Do you understand that? Those that were formerly in covenant. Reconcile, means again, smarty. You're so intelligent. You can speak in tongues and you can shut about 100 and run up and down the aisle and sweat all up under the arm for 50 minutes and don't teach one verse. '18th verse. For in that he himself have suffered being tempted, he is able to secure them that are tempted. If he didn't have a father, how could he be tempted? How can he be an example for the Israelites if he were not tempted just like the Israelites? Hold on, wait a minute. Let's see. He took not on him the nature of angels. The angels have to do exactly what the Most High say, no ifs, ands, and buts. But guess what? Christ was made with a choice to follow his father or not. That's what makes him the only begotten, meaning the special son of the Most High. He did all that the Father told him to do. He kept the law perfectly. He was an unblemished lamb. You see. Okay. Let's see. We're going to go to Hebrews 5. Hebrews 5 and verse 11. Of whom we have many things to say and hard to be uttered, seeing ye are dull of hearing. For when for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God, and are become such as have need of milk and not a strong drink. Now, I want to go back up to verse 8, because it's the reason why I came here. Though he was a son, talking about Christ, yet learned he obedience by the things which he what I'm saying is that he took not on him the nature of angels, but he took on him the seed of Abraham, so that he could be a merciful and faithful high priest in things pertaining unto the Most High. So get what? Suffering is one of the things that is pertaining unto the Most High. And Christ, through his suffering, he learned obedience. But through your suffering as an Israelite, get what you learn how to do. Be a damn serial killer, be a whoremonger, be a damn homosexual. You look at all the things. Look at what you learn from your suffering. How to make excuses, how to complain, how to cry, how to be emotional like a woman. You understand that? You see the difference? It's a big difference. You see, it's your choices that determine if you love the Most High or not. It's your choices. He said the righteous are bold as a lion, but the wicked flee when no man pursue it. Why the wicked flee when no man pursue it? Because he's scared as hell. Because he has nothing to stand on. That's why he said, build your house on the rock so it can stand when the storm comes. Do you understand what that's saying? Lay the slab. Get these precepts. Get this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of the truth. Quit playing. You see. Okay, I want to go back to John chapter 10, St. John chapter 10, verse 36. Say ye of him whom the Father hath sanctified and sent into the world, thou blasphemest, because I said, I am the Son of God. If I do not the works of my Father, believe me not. So you wonder why I can't trust the swine eater. You wonder why I can't trust these jack-leg swine eating pastors. Because you don't do the works of the Most High. You're not even on it. You don't even acknowledge his wondrous works, man. You don't even want to obey his law, statutes, and commandments. You don't eat. Listen, you forgot all about Deuteronomy 28. See, we talk about the curses all the time. But don't the chapter start with the blessings? Don't the chapter start with the blessings? Don't he tell you how to get the blessings? Don't he tell you how to get the blessings to overcome you and overtake you and make you the number one nation on the planet above all nations of the earth? Don't you understand that? Don't you believe it? Why would you want to be a Christian? Why would you want to be a Christian? It's no Christians in the Bible. Who are you duplicating? Who are you mimicking yourself as a Christian? Who? There ain't no Christians in the Bible. It's not one Christian in the Bible. It's not one. There is no instructions on how to live a Christian lifestyle. Not one. That's why you find yourself defenseless up against these enemies and these obstacles, up against this storm, because your house is made on cardboard. Do you understand that? It's made on tissue paper. The Most High never told you to build your house on Christianity. He never told you that. He never told you to build your house on Islam. He never told you that. He never told you to follow a man that told you that. This Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass. This is Moses talking to the Israelites. Did you get the message? Your forefathers entered into this covenant. It's blood in, blood out. Now you can reject the covenant, but guess what you're going to do? You're going to reject your power. And let me show you what you rejected now. Since you're so bad, and since you understand everything, and every time you hear, especially black men, your mouth running all the time about what you already know, man. You already know every damn thing. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Now, where is Christ in this verse? If he's the word of the Most High, where is he in this verse? It shall come to pass, if thou wilt hearken diligently unto the voice of, man, I'm just saying, man. I mean, some things are so basic, it just makes me aggravated. When I look at my people, how destroyed we are and how many excuses we make to follow wickedness. Now, it's just like right now. You got all of these black folk talking about Trump this, Trump that, Trump this, Trump that. The Epstein file, let them release the Epstein files. And, 30 years of trafficking and being a pedo. 30 years. Now the files get released, and the same person that's on 100 pictures of him and got 4 baby mamas done cheated on all of them. The same one, he on the Epstein plane multiple times. Now all of a sudden, being on the plane don't mean that you affiliated. Do you understand what's going on here, man? Do you understand that this man don't know how to be nothing but the beast? It shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. Now, if you can have a conversation and tell me, after reading this verse, that is not going to happen if I keep the commandments, if I hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, you are no longer qualified to teach me anything. Not anything. You might be able to show me how to change a transmission or change the oil, or you might be able to show me how to fix a TV, or you might be able to show me how to lay a flow down, or convert the flow from carpet to wood. You might be able to show me how to fix the cabinets and remodel my house, and you might be able to show me how to do my taxes, but you damn sure can't show me nothing in this Bible. If you can't go to this Bible and point to who you are in this Bible, you cannot give me the direction that are in it. You cannot teach me that. because you don't know where you are. Every time you type in that GPS, every time, 100%, 1,000%, 1,000,000% of the time that you type into that GPS, it asks you, where are you? If it does not know where you are, it cannot give you directions. So I ask you, swine eater, open up this Bible and show me you and show me your people. If you can't do that, conversation is over. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments which I command thee this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Does everybody hear that? All these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee. All these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Blessed shall thou be. Wait a minute. Okay, second verse. And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. You wouldn't be running, getting an abortion every 5 minutes. Some of you sisters is serial killers, 5, 6, 7. Talking about you ain't got no children. Out here whoring around and going and sneaking off. See, it's what's going on. That's why it's called conform to this world. Why? Out of fear. You're so fearful. Oh, well, if I have this, if I have this baby, it's just going to ruin my life, and I'm not going to be able to do this and that and this and that. Money, scared. You understand? Why? Because your house is not built on a rock, and the house of your counsel is not built on a rock. Foolishness is all around you. But once you get to a certain age, you got to sever yourself from that. You got to go in a different direction unless you want the same thing they got. 15th verse. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all of his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shall thou be in the city. Cursed shall thou be in the field. How you going to blame it on the Most High? How you going to blame slavery on the Most High? What did it say? How is slavery not the Israelites' fault? Let's look at the 48th verse. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee. Why? 15th verse. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. What curses, Lord? 48th verse. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, not just anybody. Thou shalt serve thy enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee. In hunger, when you want something to eat, you got to go to your enemy. In thirst, when you want some water, you got to go to your enemy. In nakedness, when you need clothes on your back, you got to go to your enemy. and in want of all things, and he shall put a yoke of iron on thy neck. Now let me see. Let's see if we can find what a yoke of iron on your neck is. Let's see if we can find it. Just to see if you know what a yoke of iron is. You know, keep in mind, you know every damn thing anyway. Let's see if we can. See. Let's see if we can look at this yoke. You see. See that yoke? See? Slave collars made of what? Iron. Were used to discipline and identify slaves who were considered risk of becoming runaways. Those that weren't fearful. Those that were willing to lose their life or lay their life down getting the hell on from the beast. This broken collar once had 3 prongs. Abolitionist Theodore Weld is in his provocative treatise, American Slavery, as it is described the use of a similar collar on a spirited slave near Charleston, South Carolina, who served her mistress as a seamstress, a handsome mulatto woman, about 18 or 20 years old. Let me make this bigger. About 18 or 20 years old, whose independent spirit could not brook the degradation of slavery, was in the habit of running away. For this offense, she was repeatedly and severely whipped, and a heavy iron collar with 3 long prongs projected from it, who placed round her neck, and a strong and sound front tooth was extracted to serve as a mark to describe her in case of escape. So they took her teeth out and put that 3-prong iron on her neck so she wouldn't run. And they call this critical race theory. You don't look so much as a theory to me. It looked like it actually existed. And then we can tie it back to the scriptures. Therefore shalt thou serve thy enemy, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. And the Lord shall bring a nation against thee from afar, from the ends of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
One quick study.
Yeah.
What better way than to punish your children? I'm talking about us right now, but it is ultimately the Most High. Your 2 or 3-year-old baby, 5-year-old baby. What best way to punish than to take from them a paradise that they know and take them into the hood where roaches and rats at? I mean, what better way to punish Israel than to know you had everything?
The earth was made for you. The earth was literally made for the Israelites. And guess what? And to be honest, you punish yourself. Listen, the first verse and the 15th verse confirms and proves that you had a choice. And guess what your choice is? To listen to a swine eater. To listen to a man that sounds good. Oh, what? You know, he preached the paint off the wall. He was so entertaining. You understand that entertain and contain is the same thing? Do you understand that? So, all right. So, really, I'm gonna go on and stop it there. Y'all can come off your mic, come off your mute. Got anything? Anybody got anything?
That's one reason why. That's one reason, cause that before I give you anything, I give it to who gave it to you. When I'm speaking to you.
Mm-hmm.
Anything I hear out your mouth, I know it was not first yours, it was first the Most High.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
First and foremost.
Mm-hmm.
And because I love you, I know not to give you that because I am in fear that your spirit or anything may take it the wrong way and get puffed up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want you to always know that I know. It's and just like go back to what we said, what the Father just said through you, is that the Israelite had a choice. Love you even more because you choose to surrender your will for His will.
That's right.
Which make you even more beautiful.
That's right.
So with that, man, it's just, man, it's John 10,